Nakitlong ka Ri Khasi. Ngiwan lam siya pi ko sngur bakhuit parpasngam. Ka beats aqua. Shpausnem dang yai pinja sliang.
Menteri Rangba ka jylla Conrad ke sangma ula kershanteng ya karai ka sorkar pedeng ban menteri kamno ya ka Bhah ka balai pulai pesen ya Kynthei ha parliament bat assembly habakren minta ka sngi Conrad ulong ba la dei ban le ya kane Naduh kam Mynshwa Conrad ulong ba ka parti NPP ka kershanteli ya kane ka bill ka balawan ra ka sorkar India ba ka dei ban longkam na ka benta ki pad ba ka ri hamtam ya Kynthei ha kane ka jengpen kre ka sorkar India ban menteri kam ya ka Bhah ka balai pulai pesen ya Kynthei Kelapan kiro ke jingdon ki MP na ka sanspa sau pulai ngot chaka praspas an pongun.
This women's reservation bill that has been introduced in the Parliament in the special session today is a very, very welcome step on part of the government of India, especially the Honorable Prime Minister. This has been a long pending demand, a long pending issue, and this is something that should have been done a long time back. But we must give credit to Honorable Prime Minister for this bold step and the bold decision that he has taken. There will always be critics, there will always be people who will argue in different ways. But if you look at the larger section of society and the larger impact that it will have on democratic representation, which as we have seen, whether it's Meghalaya state or even in the parliament, that the representation of women is not as at the level that it should be. This will be a very, very important democratic reform and will allow representation of women at the top level to be able to take decisions which will help overall the society and women, especially at large. And it's, as I said, it's a very positive decision. We as a government and as a political party, the National People's Party, we completely support this decision. We are very, very happy with this decision. And at every level, whatever is required, we will support it. And at the same time, I urge that all political parties, all organizations across society must support a positive reform like this, as it will be in the larger interest of the state and the country as a whole.
What about the delimitation of the boundary?
Delimitation is, of course, another aspect. If you look at the overall demographic changes that are taking place, population trends that are there, delimitation is the need of the hour. So hence it must be done, and overall to implement the women's reservation bill or the act when it is passed, we will be looking at the details of how it will be implemented. So those details are not with us right now, but as I said, I'm sure discussions will take place, and there will be scope for discussion and scope for intervention to see how the implementation of both delimitation as well as the Women's Reservation Act, is a bill right now, but as and when it is passed, will not be as disruptive as it could be, and would be, the disruption could be minimized. So yes, both need to go hand in hand. As I mentioned, that disruption should not be there. I have not gone through the details because I think it was just tabled. We don't know the contents, all detailed contents of it. But multiple times I have heard the government spokesperson, Government of India, mentioning in their comments that there will not be any decrease of seats. In fact, what I've been reading in the press, again, I'm limiting to the press because I just read some articles this morning before coming to office, was that the number of seats will increase from 500 to 800. So I expect that there will not be any decrease in any state. There could be some states that may gain more than some other states. That could be a possibility. but I think the decreasing of seats doesn't look like it's going to happen. And whatever the case may be, as I said, I'm sure Government of India will discuss with us, and this will be discussed at state as well as central level, and there will be, I'm sure, a lot of discussions. So if such situation comes up, we will discuss it at that point in time.
Sir, do you expect that at least one seat should increase in Meghalaya?
Yes, I do expect, and I feel that, given the large population and the geographic extent of it, Government of India and the Delimitation Committee will positively look into that aspect. We are hopeful that our representation in Parliament will increase. So I do hope, but again, as I said, we'll have to wait and see.